Hi there, welcome to my channel. I'm Devin with Freckled Mom. Who's ready to flip for Friday? I have 3 items for my last thrift haul and I am so excited for their transformations. Let's get started.
Every soul, every season lives outside of status quo.
If you saw my thrift haul from Wednesday, you'd see that I got 3 cork placemats. And I have an idea for 2 of them. So here I am making some frame pieces. I've never done this before. This is my new little gadget. This will be down in my description if you want to pick one up. But I am doing this all by myself. Look how nice they came out. And I am coloring it with the color Celery. And I love this color. I don't normally use this color, but I'm trying to get a little adventurous and add some color to my life. Well, it's springtime, so it's a nice spring color. Now here I am painting the front of the cork board, and I went through with an apple barrel white and I ended up using a chalk paint plaster as my top coat. And I do a couple coats of this, so you'll see that. But I wanted to take a quick second to mention all of my subscribers. If you're new, welcome. And if you're returning, hey, I am super excited to see some new faces and I hope you are all loving my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do so and you'll be notified when I upload a new video. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Now I am just adding in the frame pieces and they came out pretty amazing, if I do say so myself. My husband did help a little bit with the sawing, but here I am just adding some Gorilla wood glue and a little bit of hot glue, and I'm just going around the edges and making sure everything's lined up. There are a few pieces that didn't line up exactly, but you really cannot see it, and it looks perfect, I think. Let me know what you think, but I think it's pretty darn good. So I went to my Cameo and I printed out a little saying. Again, this is gonna be a little picture for spring, and I had an idea what I wanted. I did go to the internet to look at a bunch of other ideas and I just thought this was perfect. Well, hello spring. Maybe you say it in a different way, but that's how I say it. So first, I just make sure there's no bubbles, so that way you get a nice adherence of the paint. And I'm going through with my top coat of paint, so that way it doesn't bleed through. And now I'm going through with that celery color. And I thought it was gonna look really nice to play off of the frame pieces. I do end up putting brown paper on the back of this to cover up the cork board because I got some paint on it, but I just wanted to kind of go around the edges and make sure everything looked finished. I do like to use brown pieces on all my projects, so if you ever see something that looks messy, just know at the end of it, I always put brown paper on the back, only because I sell at the flea market and I want my pieces to be finished. So I did peel up a little bit of paint here, but I went through and fixed it up. You can't even tell. And I am just loving how adorable this is. I love the font that I use. I just think it came out so sweet. I'll put this font down in the description. Now I wanted to add some flowers to this, but I wasn't really sure which flowers. I had a couple of ideas, so I asked for advice in my story on Instagram, and these little flowers won. I am on Instagram and Facebook as Freckled Mom. Beware though, I talk about delicious food and mom life and all the in between. And so I'm just kind of placing these guys where I thought it would go. I wanted it to be kind of like whimsical. I didn't want it to be overpowering, and I just wanted a little bit, you know. So I just went through and I took my little wire cutters and just cut off a couple little flowers and then I hot glued it down to where I wanted it and hot glued down where the flower was gonna be, just so it didn't move around. And then I went through with this little guy, and I just think he adds just a perfect little touch. It's just so darling. And then I did make a little twine bow. I am not the best at bows, so I just took 2 pieces of twine, and you'll see, but I just wrapped it together, made a little bow, and I pulled it nice and tight, and I put it on after, just because, like I said, I'm not that great with the bows.
So baby, we should start living now, 'cause we only have this life. Wanna laugh and wanna cry. I don't wanna waste my time.
And oh my goodness, that bow just gives it that perfect touch. If you hear the puppy, he is having fun with his new toy over there. Don't mind him. I love how this came out. It is so cute, perfect for spring, not too heavy, can really go in any room. I have it hanging up on a wall, but you could just lean it up against something. And I am just so proud of myself with the frame. So now I can frame anything, really. I am just so excited.
Living now.
Now we are on to project number 2. And if you haven't seen my thrift haul, I'll put it in the description. But this was just a little piece I got for $1.99. I'm trying to pop out the back. I thought it was originally hand painted, but it was just from the Christmas tree shop. So I don't feel bad taking away that backing. And I'm just cleaning it up, and I have some ideas. You'll see as we go. So I spray painted it black. I don't know why. I had an idea and I wasn't sure what I was going to do, but I ended up going through and painting it white. I just used a chalk white.
Baby, let it come to you.
I love transforming these pieces. I can feel the love that they once had, but no one wants to look at them. I don't always have a vision right at the moment. I like to start painting, and then my creativity starts bubbling. I change my mind halfway through a project a lot, and that's just the fun of it. But I always love the finished project. Whether I keep it or find it a new home, I am happy to give it a new life. So now I am just going over the paint with my second coat, and this is again the chalk paint and linen white. And I wanted to distress this after, and so I guess the black did work its magic because I did see a little bit underneath it. And again, I am pretty new to distressing. I'm not the best at it, but I think I did a good job, and I like how it came out. So I had an idea for the backing. I wasn't sure because I've never done it, but here I am doing it for the first time. I have some chicken wire that my grandma gave to me, and I am just cutting off the extra pieces. So I went through and used that little chalk pencil to see where I was gonna cut, and then I just cut off with a little wire cutter over a bowl because we didn't want any little metal pieces anywhere. Or I'm not even sure what chicken wire is made out of. Sorry about that. I don't know. But I didn't want little pieces anywhere. So I was just doing it over a bowl, and I was going back and forth and making sure that it fit in perfect, because where I'm going to be putting it in was too small for staples. I mean, if you had little staples, then yeah, it'd be fine. But I didn't. So I went in with my glue gun, and I just went through the major points, and I held it down really good, and then I just glued all of the little pieces, and I made sure I did all of them so that way nothing was sticking out. So I did not put a hanger on this because it can sit right on a shelf, so it could bang up against something, and I just wanted to make sure it doesn't. So now I'm going through and I'm just dressing it, and you can't really see it from the camera view, but it did come out with distress, and it was just like a very thin line, but I think it was perfect for this piece because it's really not a big piece, and with the chicken wire, I just didn't want it to be too much, if that makes sense. So again, I went to my Cameo and I just printed out the word family. It was a little too big, and I thought when I was printing it, I could kind of finagle it, but I guess my thought didn't really come out as good, so you'll see, but I just kind of sand down the little bit of that Y just so it wasn't hanging off and it couldn't pull up, but it doesn't matter. I think it came out so adorable. And here's the finished product. I think it came out so nice, and for my first time with chicken wire, I am super proud of myself. And then I just used some little clothespins to put up baby pictures of my kids. They're not that little anymore, and I miss that stage. Oh my goodness. But I just love this project. I think it came out so sweet. What do you think? Put it in the comments. Let me know what you think about this project or what you would have done with it. Let's jump into the last project. How hideous is that? I'm sorry if you like it. I don't. Now, I'm guessing this is a mail slot carrier thing. I don't know. I never had one of these growing up, but I have flipped them before, but this time I'm flipping it a little different. So if you didn't see what I did to it last time, check in the description. I will put a link to my last mail slot, but this one I painted, again, all black. I had an idea, and you'll see as I keep going, but here I am just painting it in a white. But as I said before, I love flipping items, but I don't do it just for decoration. I want them functional. I do more on my channel. I have new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I do flips, of course, but I also do some Dollar Tree DIYs, some thrift hauls, or just some stocking up at my favorite stores, and an occasional organize and clean with me. Make sure if you like those kinds of videos, you subscribe and comment. So I did the whole thing in white, and then I went through with this beautiful blue. Oh my goodness, I love this blue so much. I had a plan to do like some white and some blue with like a vintage post office kind of symbol. But as I started painting with this blue, I realized that I really love this blue, and I ended up going through and doing the entire project in blue, like no white at all. And so that kind of changed my thought process, but that's the joy of doing these flips. You get to change your mind, and look how pretty that is. It is just so nice. I am going to use this blue for so many more projects. So I took that other placemat I had, and my husband sawed it off to the size of the back of the piece we're working on, because it was a little wonky and like the little slots were moving, and I was gonna put chicken wire, and then I figured this would be a little bit stronger, and I had 3 of these, so why not? So I'm just going through and I'm painting it, and I'm doing a couple different layers, and then I'm sealing it in with Mod Podge. I was gonna make it look like wood, and then I decided against it, and I'm glad I did, because this little piece, it didn't need any kind of, frilly things. So I'm just going through and stapling it on the back. Again, I cover this with brown paper before I put the hanger on, so you don't get to see any of this mess. I really don't like looking at that, even if it's in my own home. So I print it out from my Cameo. Don't forget, don't forget your bills. Don't forget your coupons. Don't forget, whatever you have that you don't want to forget, you can stick in these little slots, because remember, it's functional. My God, I think this is so cute, and I added a little exclamation point, and I am just so in love with how this came out. How adorable did this come out? Plus, it's functionable. I love the little hooks at the bottom. Perfect for keys or for your mask or whatever you are always forgetting. I just think this is such a cute piece, and I love this blue so much. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed these flips. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, so you can see when I upload new videos. I hope you're inspired to take an unloved item and give it new life, whether it be from around your house or something given to you, or you find at a thrift store. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook as Freckled Mom. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Monday.